Hey, welcome back everyone. It is now July 15th of 2020, and ever since the release of Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker, a lot of fans around the world have been very intrigued about the future of the Star Wars franchise by Disney and Lucasfilm and exactly where they are going with, of course, this new universe by Bob Iger and Bob Chapek. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, the one thing about Disney Star Wars is that we do know that they are now in a phase of desperation and damage control in order to really get the ball rolling again when it comes to this new Star Wars universe that is going to be modeled after the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Now, in case you guys did not know this, the Marvel Cinematic Universe is really going to be the main focus on how the new Star Wars universe will be structured and how it's really all going to fall directly in line with how Bob Iger and Bob Chapek want to create a large roadmap of Star Wars films and TV shows that's all going to interconnect with each other, cross, all these different characters that will be introduced and new worlds and new regions in the galaxy. All these different things are really going to be a part of this new EU. Now, with that being said, what's really intriguing all has to do with the sequel trilogy, is that we do know that the sequels were a very messy production. Of course, The Last Jedi was a big failure for many Star Wars fans out there, at least they believe so, and I believe so as well. And The Rise of Skywalker seemed like that it was a movie that attempted to undo the events of The Last Jedi that really did not succeed, that left a lot of fans very unsatisfied with the very end of the Skywalker saga and how it really all turned out. Now, with that being said, of course, what's really intriguing is that with both Disney and Lucasfilm now finished with The Rise of Skywalker, they are now fully focused on their new Star Wars trilogy of films, as well as their new Star Wars universe. It's explained that both Bob Iger and Bob Chapek are hard at work on developing multiple plans to reunite the Star Wars fans around the world, where it's described that before and after The Rise of Skywalker premiere, many interviews were given to the creators of the sequel trilogy, where eventually one of the editors, Mary Ann Brandon, was questioned about the direction of the sequel trilogy and the backlash of The Last Jedi, to where Mary Ann Brandon was able to state that her, as a Lucasfilm editor for the sequel trilogy, stated that she was very sorry for the fans about the inconsistency with the sequel trilogy and that this was primarily due to the creative differences between others and Kathleen Kennedy. Now, Brandon was able to reveal that many of the crew members for The Rise of Skywalker felt sorry for the fans as they had to rush the film out since they had less time to work on the film, unlike The Last Jedi's. Additionally, not just that, but also Brandon was able to reveal that the crew for The Rise of Skywalker felt rushed with the film, and that even herself felt rushed to get the film done, and that if those who were unsatisfied with the movie is that she is sorry, and that after The Last Jedi by Rian Johnson, the job was tough to get done as well for the fans to enjoy. Now, she was also able to state that many others at Lucasfilm are sorry based on certain decisions they had to make with Episode 9. So here's the thing about the sequel trilogy, that we do know that the sequels were a very big mess. This is pretty much apparent at this point, is that a lot of fans were very unsatisfied with the end of the saga, and what it could have been if Kathleen Kennedy did not intervene, it really could have been something quite different, something to the point where a lot of fans would have really enjoyed it and wanted more. So, the thing about Lucasfilm is that thankfully a lot of changes are being made thanks to Bob Chapek and Bob Iger at the time. Right now, they are hiring new creatives over at Lucasfilm. They're also getting new people on board over at Disney to handle the business end. And it's not just that, but when you look at everything related to Star Wars, obviously, a lot of fans have always wanted to know exactly what's going on with, of course, the new Star Wars TV shows, the new movies, and exactly what it's going to be like now without Kathleen Kennedy. Obviously, I think it's going to be a good thing. I think it's going to be fresh and new. I think it's going to be more in line with the healthy, state of Star Wars and the original vision that George Lucas has. So, when we look at everything related to Star Wars, obviously this is their way to reunite the Star Wars fans. That's their main goal, is that they want to reunite the fandom. Right now they're very much divided, if not more than divided, where a lot of fans are, pretty much having different opinions on the sequel trilogy, and there's a lot of fans out there that are quite unsure as well as to whether or not Disney will be able to really kind of pick things up again and bring things on the right direction. And that all depends on how they play their cards. It all depends on exactly, what they're going to do with this new universe and what they're going to do with, all the new Star Wars movies and the TV shows and so on and so forth. And the last thing that's very important is that when you think about it in this sense, Kathleen Kennedy, as the president of Lucasfilm, is no more for the most part. Her creative power is stripped away for the time being until she leaves Lucasfilm and is going to get fired by Bob Chapek and is really going to be a big deal for a lot of fans out there. So, like I've said before in the past, let me know what you think about this entire situation below in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.